Next up, we have Colorado and Nebraska. Now, Colorado just came off of that big win, and Nebraska came off a close loss, which I think that's normal for them. However, it's under a new coach. I personally think that this will be another dogfight, and whoever wants the game most is going to get it. What are your thoughts on that, Chaz?
Listen, there's not a worse team for Nebraska to play against this week. Coming off a close loss, new head coach, they want to build a culture, they want to build up a program. The last thing you want to play is a team that everybody's high on, that just played lights out last week, that has had a huge upset. They're not going to want to play that. So it's going to be very hard for Matt Rule to coach this team this week and through the game. That being said, I think Colorado is going to win this game. Okay, here's the thing. I would not be surprised either way. I definitely think Shadur Sanders is a better quarterback than Jeff Sims, and I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think Travis Hunter is going to play a lot of defense this game because I'm sure Jeff Sims will throw several interceptions to Travis Hunter. What a crazy matchup. Like Colorado the spread's Colorado by 3. So I'm going to pick Colorado to win. It's either going to – this game could go any way. What an unpredictable game. Who knows? Two first-year head coaches at new schools. It's probably going to be a very weird game.
Will, are you with us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What are your thoughts on the game?
Who knows, man? We saw some special things from Shadur Sanders last weekend. I think that he played about as perfectly as he could have. His decision making was on point. I think he made the right call every single time. He played about as flawless as he could have. I think it shows in the fact that he had 4 receivers over 100 yards. I want to give him his flowers. He played outstanding. Got to give credit to 12 too. Like you said, Travis Hunter was all over the field making plays. That interception he got on the goal line, that was huge. The second of 2, I believe, red zone turnovers by TCU that helped cost them the game. But I think the play before that is even more significant. Travis Hunter is the one that tracked down that running back all the way from across the field and put him in position to be able to get that interception. So just all effort from him. And I think it was a fantastic job of obviously Coach Prime having his players ready. And I think it was an absolutely horrible job by TCU of trying to do something that resembled playing defense. That was abysmal, to say the least. And honestly, I think they threw the ball way too much, especially in the red zone, which resulted in those 2 interceptions.
Well, the real question is, Will, how can Nebraska beat Colorado?
That's a really good question. I do think Nebraska last week, they played much better defense than TCU did. Granted, they were playing a less high-powered offense in Minnesota. But I do think they played better defense. It's going to be tough to match up with those horses they got outside of Colorado, though. Them boys can fly. Really, the only way that they have a leg up in this is there's a potential for an emotional letdown for Colorado after a big, huge statement win like that. They could rest on their heels, get some complacency. That's just human nature to do things like that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Colorado's defense.
I would agree with that, except we're talking about Deion Sanders' team right now, and he is the biggest motivator I've seen in a long time. He's
fantastic. He's outstanding. Obviously, he proved that last weekend. But if we look at that Colorado defense, that wasn't anything to write home about either. They won by outscoring TCU. They couldn't stop a thing.
That's true.
Especially that run defense, that run defense. And if you think Nebraska isn't going to take note of that and try and run the ball 30, 40 times this weekend, I think they're definitely going to. It's going to be, I think it's going to be interesting game to watch. I think Nebraska's only hope is try and slow it down, like I said, try and ground and pound them. I'm with Chaz. I don't trust Jeff Sims either to throw it or to make the decisions. I think he proved that last week with his 3 interceptions. So if Nebraska's plan is to get into a shootout, then they're going to lose probably by 30. If they can play ball control, I think they're going to stay in it to the very end.
Yeah, I think they could stay in it to the very end. However, I think I'm going to go with Colorado by 4.